before I begin, I just want to give a quick shout out to Houday1998. He is a Reds and Bengals fan and does some cool videos, so feel free to check out his channel. I'll include a link to it in the description below. SummerSlam is WWE's biggest event of the year behind only WrestleMania, with this year's SummerSlam getting more publicity than ever and being expanded to a total of 5 hours if you count the kickoff show. Did it live up to the hype and truly deliver a memorable event that will have wrestling fans talking about for years to come? Allow me to explain. After an entertaining opening segment that featured Jon Stewart and a surprise from Mick Foley, the action started with Randy Orton taking on Sheamus, and the bout was pretty entertaining. We saw an RKO from out of nowhere, some blood thanks to a gash above Orton's eye, and back-to-back Brogue Kicks, which resulted in the win for Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheamus. Next was a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match between the New Day, the Lucha Dragons, Los Matadors, and the Primetime Players. The New Day shined here. They cut a hilarious promo before the match, and Xavier Woods ran his mouth throughout the entire bout and kept spitting gold. In the end, they won the tag team titles, and the match itself was incredible and one of the best tag team matches this year. I hope we see more of these types of matches from the tag team division in the future. What followed was Dolph Ziggler taking on Rusev. The match itself was pretty good until the ending, which was a double countout. It's obvious that this feud will culminate in a mixed tag team match at perhaps Night of Champions, and I know that WWE needed a way to extend this feud, but the double countout finish was kind of lame in my opinion. I would have rather had a DQ or something more chaotic. The two couples, however, did brawl after the match though, and it will be interesting to see how WWE furthers this feud. Next was Wade Barrett and Stardust taking on the team of Neville and Stephen Amell, the guy from the Green Arrow TV show. This match was pretty boring as it mainly consisted of Amell getting beat up by Barrett and Stardust. However, once Neville entered the match, the pace picked up nicely and the finish was pretty exciting to watch. Neville and the Green Arrow won, and hopefully this is an end of Amell's involvement in the feud. What followed was a triple threat Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz, The Big Show, and Ryback. This was a fun bout with some good action that Ryback needed to win, and thankfully he did. Hopefully this win continues to build Ryback's momentum and restores prestige to the Intercontinental title. I would like to see this rivalry continue as Ryback has been absent for a majority of it due to a staph infection. Next was a tag team match between the Wyatts and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. This match was fun to watch as chaos was the main theme of this bout. Combine the cool spots of the match such as the Doomsday device done by Reigns and Ambrose, the great in-ring chemistry between the two teams, and the vocals of the crazy Brooklyn crowd, and you have a very entertaining bout. Ambrose and Reigns picked up the win, and I believe that this feud is very far from being over. What followed was a title-for-title match between the US champ John Cena and the WWE champ Seth Rollins. This was an incredible match that had the Brooklyn crowd buzzing. The ending was strange though, as Jon Stewart, the Celebrity SummerSlam guest host, interfered on the behalf of Rollins, allowing Rollins to win the match and become the first ever dual United States and WWE champion. This feud has to be far from finished, and I cannot wait to see where the story goes from here. Next was a 3-on-3-on-3 elimination tag team match between Team Bella, Team Bad, and Team PCB. This match was pretty boring and it did not live up to the hype in my opinion. In the end, Team PCB picked up the win after last eliminating Team Bella. Hopefully this clique warfare in the women's division is now finished, and the focus can go back on the actual Divas Championship. The action picked up again in the following bout as Cesaro and Kevin Owens faced off in the ring. This was a really good match between the two former Ring of Honor stars, and they put on an impressive performance. Owens desperately needed the win following his loss to Finn Balor at NXT TakeOver, and thankfully he picked up the victory. I really like this feud and want to see where it goes from here. The main event WrestleMania 30 grudge match between the mayor of Suplex City and the Phenom followed, and it blew the roof off of the arena. There were a lot of cool spots, such as Lesnar putting The Undertaker through the announce table with an F5, and the intensity of the bout was off the page. The ending, however, was very strange. After the timekeeper rang the bell early, The Undertaker capitalized on the situation with a low blow and picked up the win after causing Lesnar to pass out to his Hell's Gate submission hold. However, the timekeeper rang the bell because of The Undertaker tapping out to Lesnar's Kimura lock. A rematch has to be on the horizon, and given The Undertaker's heel-like tactics as of late, expect WWE's resident vigilante, the Icon Sting, to make an appearance and put an end to the dead man's cheating tactics en route to a blockbuster WrestleMania 32 match. In the end, SummerSlam 2015 did in fact live up to the hype in my opinion, and was one of the better shows that WWE produced this year. Most of the matches were really good, with Cena vs Rollins and Undertaker vs Lesnar being the best of the bunch. And there were also a few pleasant surprises, such as Jon Stewart's interference and an appearance from Mick Foley. This was a really fun event to watch and a great way to cap off the summer for WWE.